All right, last play. Washington, weak rocket RPO, meaning we have a rocket to the weak side of the field, and it's basically going to turn into a speed option right, much like how Indy turns into speed option, same concept, right? Only this time we don't have, with Indy it was the jet coming from one side and then we speed option to the other. This side it's rocket coming from play side and we both speed option out to the weak side. Weak rocket RPO, right? Again, just like the other two, it is a run play. So the goal here is, again, we know how they defend us in elite or in quads, right? We're liable to have literally one defender this side of the center. They could trail when we do the motion. It is what it is. But we still like our odds of getting out here and having our Q and our double in a 2-on-1. First defender that meets him has to, is he playing the ball? Is he playing the pitch? And we just get out there in space, right? So again, it is a run play with passing options behind it. In those passing options, in the other two, we had this X just running a clean go, right? So we got to switch it up in these RPOs. It can't just be, hey, he's got to go to clear out every time. So this time I actually have us on a comeback here because you could still clear the guy out and then break open underneath, right? It's a lot easier actually to hit this underneath than to get a go. So we, on those other RPOs, we could add the wrinkle to like, hey, on the fly, you can break this off into a hitch or a comeback, right? And then from there, 1 second. From there, we got same fan crossing patterns right here with a little bit of a difference from the other two. So in the previous one, we had a pick being set to get the H free. This time, what the fuck was that? This time we got the Z, just the inside guy, getting there quickly as possible. Really should be nothing to throw him off. Again, teams are stupid to press us in quads, and especially once the motion goes, just like, please do it. Yeah, so easiest look here. Obviously, we're always gonna peek here. It says 1. This would be open a lot sooner than this, but it's 1 for the reason that if this guy is like just stupid off, you can know that this is open before he's, out of his break. So you could be, jogging, sprinting, whatever, your way out here with the double behind you and knowing just based on alignment, I'm just waiting to hit that hitch as soon as he puts his foot in the ground. So that's why that's 1, even though this comes open a lot sooner. And then from there, if we take a peek and he's, doesn't look like that's going to come open, we go 2, 3, 4. And the reason we're shallow to deep on the 2, 3, 4 is this is just going to be right in front of our eyes, and it will also be, a thing to manipulate this first defender. Because like I said, if this guy goes across and they send one of these over, or they slide back to what they were in, where this nickel returns and he's back to Mike and stuff like that, there's going to be that first initial defender that we got to take on. And it'd be nice to have not only a pitch option, but the inside shovel option, right? So we'll get, that's the reason he's the 2, behind him the 3, behind him the 4, because also keep in mind, we could get to here as the QB, pitch it to the double widen, buy some time, and he'll be the one to have the time to throw that 4 over the top. Going to be a little difficult for the Q to just be out here, and before he has to make a choice to give it up or not, to rip that post. I pray we get a play that unfolds like that, and we get, enough time for the primary to get to the 4 on an RPO. That'd be fucking sick, but probably unfolds not like that more often than not. So we'll just we'll go shallow to deep on the progression and just take what's easy right in front of us on this, because again, this is a run play, and if we're giving it up, if we're passing it, it's because they did something to disrupt the run element of it, both run element options of it, right? So yeah, again, with that guy that's trailing over, and I don't need to tell you quarterbacks this, y'all know how to run the ball, but like, if he trails over, you run up here and you see he's taking the pitch man, you keep it yourself up inside. If he jumps on you, you got it to the pitch man or the shovel. But like I said on the previous one, it'd be nice to conceal the fact that there's actual RPO behind this, for as long as we can get away with it. You know, if we can, excuse me, keep the ball ourselves or hand it off or what have you for positive yards, just continue to do that and keep the passing element of it a surprise for as long as possible. Maybe can hit them in a bigger spot, right? So zone. He got to bail. He got to respect this. He's got to be working back because this Y could also threaten him, right? Damn it. Sorry, y'all. And then this mic, right? So then we got this mic in a high-low. In a zone situation, this mic is in a high-low, as well as the safety being in a high-low, right? So that's what we're looking. It is a run play, but if we get to the pass element of it, that's what we're reading. That's our conflict defenders, right? Just to point it out. We got the mic in a 2-on-1 bind. We got the safety in a 2-on-1 bind. And as well as, dude, if I forget another center route, you know what? I'm not allowed to play center. I'm not allowed to ever ask to play center just for how much I forget it exists. This is craziness. What did I have for the fucking center here? Oh, you know what? Never mind, Brandon. This is the one play where we just freeze the center. Alright, so no, I didn't forget something. Yeah, center on this play. We don't want you breaking this way. There's no reason to go this way. Literally just set a fucking solid block, solid pick. And mind you, on all of these plays, because I can't believe it took me to the last play to fucking say this, but on all of these plays, we obviously have the option to cancel the center's route and cancel the double element of it on any given play. And those are going to be, in protection situations. So if we're getting up against a team where they're every play sending 2, every play sending 3, and it's not enough to just keep going to our blitz beaten plays because it's like they're still getting there quick enough, we, on any given play, kill the center's route, he's screening. Kill the element of a double, he's screening. And the rest of the play is designed to still function without either of those elements incorporated. We can still run all of our plays without the double involved. We can run all of our plays if the center doesn't release for a route or throw a pick. The plays and the concepts are still there and still work. And we can run the play just fine, releasing, 2 less targets, right? So I did want to say that. Hopefully y'all didn't watch all these plays like, Brandon, what if they just, like, we have no screeners. What if they do this, that, and the other? So yeah, keep in mind, this is the as spread and wide open as each play would be. We always reserve the option to kill the center releasing and to kill the double and just have him set a screen too. And if we get into games where we're thinking about just doing that every play, it obviously we won't have the double passer be the one staying in the block. We'll get a screener, but the screener will replace the double within the framework of the play, right? So yeah, glad that I mentioned that because I'd have had to make a whole nother video to bring that up. So yeah, on any given play, and we could go back, and just look at what it would look like, if this play, well, this is a run play, so this is a bad example actually, because this is a run play. But on our pure passing plays, yeah, you could chop the double option off and kill the center's route and say, we're not worried about getting to a secondary play or setting a pick. Give me enough time to read the primary play, and let's just do that, because sometimes it's going to be what we have to do. Yeah, but we also still like the idea of, if them blitzing and us getting it to the secondary continues to burn them, then we'll just do that. So there's the option to play it max protection, completely spread, keep one guy in to screen, like the ability to do all that without affecting the concepts of the play exist on all of these plays. So I forgot to say that in the introductory video, and I forgot to mention it until literally now, the 11th hour of the last video. But I'm glad I remembered that. So we did zone. God, I forgot what all we've done. Did zone. Believe we did man. Can't remember if we did man. Fuck it. You know, again, it's a run play, so man's not that bad, honestly. Man would be good, because then we know they're body for body over here, and the only thing that can really get to us is somebody that's going to be, you know, trailing or chasing, and it's fine, because when we get to him, it's a 2-on-1, from the run aspect of it. And then again, from the pass aspect of it, you know, they'd be dealing with no safety. So you could do something where, you know, we get wide, we pitch it to the double, and by then, you know, we're just, our Y, who you can't jam, and it's tough to tell where he's even going to go from here, gets upfield, get across field through the traffic and stuff. There should be no reason we can't get open in man. All that traffic is going to help us in the man scenarios. And then secondary play, I mean, pretty self-explanatory, I think. Again, it's a run play, but if we get to pitching it and look to do a secondary, you know, passing option, you know, tough to say. This would actually kind of need to be the shallow. You could attack deep, and you be the here, and you be the there, right? They're all pretty self-explanatory on where to go, and you know, it'll jump out easier to you in the moment as you can see the space and whatnot. But fire drill. Can't even remember if I've done fire drill in the last few. Not gonna be a fire drill. Sorry, this is a run play. That's why. Okay. Press. Like we said, if they go press here, don't make it a comeback. Just go, right? If they're pressing you there, both for the purposes of running the guy off out of the space for if we do just carry out the run. Or if we drop it down to one of the drags, clear them out of the way and stuff like that. Yeah, and other than that, against press, you know, this drag, not going to be able to really affect that with the press. You know, we're moving laterally off the line. The Y gets a free release. And at the end of the day, it's a run play, so we don't really much care. And then blitz. Blitz, you're just going to run it. Like, you're just going to run it as it is. And the first person to threaten your space, you're going to read it as need be. You've got the pitch to the double, you got the shovel to the Z. It's not a really whole lot different if they blitz, other than the fact that, you know, it may be a scenario where you're just catching it and pitching it. If you can get both blitzers to, you know, conform to you, and then you're pitching it out to there, we've won already. We've got our bat, we've got our double out into space on a run play, and, you know, we'll take that all day. We'll take that all day. So, yeah, I think that covers all the bases. Washington, weak rocket RPO. I know a lot of these names, play names, have some of the same words in it, like rocket and RPO and jet, and maybe a little, you know, difficult to distinguish ones from the other, but eventually they'll start to separate themselves from each other. But yeah, Washington, weak rocket RPO.